Hello everyone, welcome to my first review of a reality TV show, I guess, but I'm excited, so hopefully you guys enjoy this review. I'm actually going to review Put a Ring on It, which comes on the OWN network, and this is actually season 2, so they have some, I guess you call them participants or whatever you call it. I got notes too, because the way my brain is set up, I'm not gonna remember all these people. There's Larhonda and Shon, Alexia and Darian, and then there's Eric and Jessica. So I really don't know what to say about this season. If I'm being completely honest, I watched last season with Hollywood and what's the girl name? Sorry sis, I forgot your name, but Hollywood's girlfriend. And then you have Mike and Shay, which was a whole mess, just an absolute mess. But whoever this counselor lady is, I didn't like her last season. I don't like her this season. I don't even know her name. But I really wish they would get somebody else. It's almost like, is she a therapist? Is she I don't know. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from her credentials or whatever, but I just don't know if she is the right fit. But I guess for the outcome, she's doing what they want her to do, because I don't see how she's helping them move forward to their goal. But maybe I don't know. There's something I just don't like about that lady. Anyway, to the people who are a part of the show, there's Larhonda and Shon, which they said they've been together for 3 years. They met on IG. Everybody's meeting on IG these days. I don't know why. Slide up into somebody's DM and then all of a sudden you're in a relationship. It's a little bit weird, but I guess it happens more often than not. I mean, it's like online dating though. So in that case, it's not weird at all. Shon seems like a really nice guy. His voice is a little bit high, but she gonna stick beside him. And I think the reasons that he doesn't want to get married right now, at least from the first episode, it's valid. Like, most real men want to make sure that they're in a good financial position before they decide that they want to move forward and marry a woman and take on the responsibilities of having a family. Makes sense to me. I mean, it's just, if you've been riding with him for this long, you've been together for 3 years, you can hold out a little bit more. And just make sure that you yourself as a woman are holding your own as well, because whether he marries you or not, you still have to be able to maintain. And I take Larhonda as the kind of woman that does that. She seems very strong. It seems like she's got, probably definitely more masculine energy than what's her name, Jessica. Definitely more masculine energy than Jessica. Anyway, Alexia and Darian is from Crime Mob. I used to love that. So I'm not even mad at that. She's a ball player, so she carries that masculine energy as well. She was a bartender, so I imagine she's found herself in some really crazy situations and she's managed to maneuver through them. I like Darian's energy. I can't even lie. I can see why she's drawn to him. He seems like a fun guy. He seems to keep it interesting. He seems like somebody who would, kind of keep you on your toes, and you just never know what to expect from a guy like that. And for a lot of women, that's really exciting. And they've been together for 14 years. I'm not sure what the problem is, because I'm going to be 100% honest. I'm not staying with you for 14 years and then coming on the show called Put a Ring on or anything. If you don't know my character, if you're not certain that you want to marry me after 14 years, baby, we're not getting past 5. Okay, let me just be honest. You've been together with somebody for 5 years. If you're not sure at that point, you just ain't gonna be sure. You might as well move on. But he does say that she's wife material, which is really nice. She's 34 years old. They don't have any kids. Well, at least it didn't seem to, because he said he wants children. And they've been together the whole time. So I imagine she didn't have any children outside of the relationship. But I don't know. I almost want to say, babe, why are you still there? Why are you still asking? At this point, you need to be the one making the decision to move on. Anyway, Eric and Jessica, that's all I want to do to Eric and Jessica. Ugh. I mean, they've been together for 4 years. Again, they met on IG. He took her on a fun date, which honestly, I think, listen, dudes, let me tell y'all something. for the majority of the women who are probably, I mean, maybe even 44, 45 and below, we don't want to go sit down at a restaurant and just have a conversation. We want the restaurant to be included in the date. However, we want to have some fun. So I think he had the perfect idea, going go-karting or whatever she said. They also went rock climbing. That's perfect. Because it kind of showed his adventurous side. But I don't think you can really get to know somebody by sitting at a table having these awkward conversations. Yes, it's a part of it. But until you see somebody in the element, allow them to have fun, which allows them to come out of their shell, right? You don't really get to see the real them. You know, take somebody bowling and then see how they act when they lose, or, you know, how competitive they are. And can you guys laugh and have fun and just create this like natural energy amongst each other? But anyway, she said he's her soulmate. Okay, girl. He says she's the total package. Okay, well, if she's the total package, then why are you still looking for other women? But anyway, going through my notes. He used to play for the Falcons, which is really cool. That lets you know that, number one, he has a certain level of discipline. He's dedicated. He's hardworking, which is absolutely amazing. Because I think people who put in the kind of time to make it to the NFL or any major league sport, like that person is truly determined and truly focused on their craft. And I can appreciate anybody that puts in that amount of effort. He says he doesn't feel like they are ready for marriage. Really? Is that so? How do you mean to say you don't feel like you are ready for marriage? That's really what you want to say, because clearly Jessica wants to be married. Now, her personality and her these little weird things of quirks and stuff like that, they haven't been manifest yet, because, you know, this is just episode 1, season 2 of I was about to say Ready to Love, of Put a Ring on It. So we haven't really seen some of the things about her yet, but just from this first experience, I feel like Jessica is still very hurt by the trauma that Eric put her through in the very beginning of their relationship. She said he cheated for a whole year. The fact that she stood by him for a whole year while he did whatever he did, and it might have been one person, it might have been 7 people, we don't know. I think it really hurt her, and it's seeping through her pores, the amount of sadness that she's actually holding. And I don't know, I kind of get a little daddy issues from her, because she wants to hold on so bad. You know, she doesn't want this to be another failed relationship. She doesn't want to have this be another story without a happy ending. And I get it. Women, we go through it all the time. But if this man cannot step up to the plate, be what you need him to be, if you can't stand 100% in your womanness with him, if he doesn't bring out the best in you, if you guys aren't able to compliment each other and take each other to the next level, peace. Peace. And that's hard. The younger you are, the harder it is, I think, in some regard. The older you are, you're not really, 50s and 60s, you ain't doing none of that stuff. And even if you are, you guys are so solidified in who you are, it doesn't even matter. But, as the young girl or young woman, you're trying to be that success story. And today we have these couples goals, whatever. So it can make things a little bit hard, especially when you're on social media and Instagram and living the lie. So anyway, they end up getting to the part where they're reading the rules, and they set all these standards for, you can't touch him, she can't touch you, there's no kissing, and da-da-da-da-da. And I like the fact that they made it so those rules are out. They ended up ripping that stuff up, and it really turned into a situation where you have to govern yourself. Makes sense to me. I'm with all of that, because if I have to tell you what to do and you don't have enough respect for me to just do it, we have a problem. So anyway, moving right forward, the men go first. I would have wanted the men to go first too, because I wouldn't have wanted to be in the hot seat right up front. Let the men do it, child, so I can see how they act. That way I know how to act. If I need to cut a fool, I can go ahead and cut a fool, So Eric and Jessica, I'm gonna be 100% honest. They giving me made for TV. And I don't mean that in the best way. I feel like they are putting on airs. I don't think they're being authentic. And maybe, this being their first TV appearance for real, because OWN is a major network. So even if you had on some little internet streaming service, that ain't nothing compared to being on a platform like OWN. I just don't get that their relationship is, or how they are behaving on the show is authentic. I get fake, phony. This ain't how y'all act for real. But anyway, I will say this. I think Jessica is beautiful. Her body is amazing. I was like, wow, this woman really looks like she takes care of herself. She's beautiful. She looks well groomed. She seems like a very, just, there's some insecurities there, but she still understands, like, hey, I'm a catch, and so I can appreciate that about her. But when he went out with Shamara, Eric, I got the vibe from him that he was just trying to be a player, or whatever y'all want to call it. I don't know what y'all call it, but I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I don't even know why the girl came on the show acting as if she wants this husband and, whatever. Girl, you participating in a show where you dating somebody else's man. Don't come up here acting like you Mother Teresa and you got all of these morals. Girl. Anyway, Jessica said she doesn't like him. She doesn't like him dating or playing around, and she doesn't like when he's playful with other people. Jessica, you came on a show where you date other people. What are you here for? Honestly, I just thought about this. If your wounds are, or your hurt and your concern come from when he was cheating on you, or whatever this misuse was, or your emotional abuse came from, and I use that term very lightly, why did you choose this avenue to determine whether he wants to marry you or not? Because it's just going to drudge up old feelings. It's just going to make you feel insecure because he's doing the very thing that he's done to you before. And it's different because you know about it, but still, like, I would not throw myself back in the hot water, making me feel like I did when he was out here in the streets and he was cheating on me. I wouldn't choose the show. I just wouldn't. I mean, maybe what's the show on OWN? Iyanla. Yeah, get you some Iyanla in your life. She'll let you know whether, this is a good relationship, or she'll let you look inside yourself and see whether you are even ready for marriage, because a lot of women feel like they're ready for marriage, but we not. Anyway, Eric's date with this Shamara, it was a total mess. I think he want to be in the street still. She feels like he wants to be in the street still. I don't know. Is it for TV? Are we missing something? Because they do all these edits and cuts. And so are we actually seeing it all? Is he a good guy? I don't know. I'm not going to put a stamp on him yet. I can just say first impression. Eric, you are not ready to be married. You probably should be single for another couple of years. I feel because he used to be this big time guy, probably had a bunch of women pawning over him. He misses those days. It created a part of him. It's technically a part of his foundation. And he still wants to feel like he said, he still got it. So if you're still looking to prove that and your woman affirming you is not enough, it's time for you to go. Darian goes on a date. Like I said before, he seems fun. I love the way Kai came in. She came in very friendly. She seems to be respectful. Until she got on that date and she got that man in that restaurant, and she was pretty much like, what if? And if I could? And if I kissed you, what would you do? And all of this sexual energy. And I was just like, girl, you fooled me. Because the way she came in was like, hi, how you doing? My name is Kai. So very nice to meet you. And then when she got Darren on the date, it was like, I want to eat you alive. I want to climb on you. It was just like, wait a minute, honey. I thought that you was... But that's how these That's how these women fool you. So you got to be very careful. And he said to her, she asked him, if I kissed you, would you like it? He said, yes, I could appreciate his honesty. I know some of y'all might not agree. You might not like it. But the truth is, I appreciate his honesty. But he did say, I wouldn't want you to. I mean, can we just keep it real for a second? He's a man. What man is not going to like it? Didn't say he wants it, but he'll like it. Everybody wants to feel wanted. Everybody wants to feel desired. And when you have somebody that kind of takes charge of that closeness, of that type of romance, or I don't even call it romance, but that type of intimacy, men love it. It's just true. I don't care whether you like it or not. Now, I'm glad he said he didn't want it, but the way that he came home with that foolishness, that comparison, and acting like, oh well, you don't want to listen to me, she'll listen to me. Putting on for TV, first of all. Putting on for TV. Second of all, if that's how you feel, and that woman in an hour made you feel so different and made you want to speak to her that way, I would be done. Absolutely done. I'll holler at you. See you later. Especially because we've been together for 14 years and you're not going to waste no more of my time. Okay? Let me just put that out there. I just gotta say, on the date when he said Kai is the kind of woman that a celebrity would like, I was confused. I ain't gonna lie, I was confused two ways. I'm gonna tell you the first way I was confused. I respect your hustle. A lot of people will never do what you get to do, Darian. You definitely made your imprint in the music industry at that time, and most of us who grew up in that era will never forget Crime Mob. However, sorry, I don't think anybody would consider you a celebrity. I'm just keeping it real. If I saw you today, I wouldn't know who you were. Even if I found out that you was a part of Crime Mob and you came into my restaurant, I would be very kind to you, but I'd be kind to anybody. But I would be very kind to you, but I wouldn't be like, oh my God, that's Darian from Crime Mob. It would be like, okay, sit him over there at table 4. Bring him a bottle of wine. The end. I don't know what you mean by celebrity. You say celebrity, I think Drake. I ain't even gonna go Beyonce, because that's like on a whole nother level. Even Drake is on a whole nother level. But celebrity, okay, bro, you be whatever you want. But what did that even mean? That Kai is the kind of woman that a celebrity would like. What does that mean? Tell us what that means, because no, I don't know if anybody realizes that fact that he said that. Anyway, Larhonda and Shon, Shon, I think Larhonda said, I don't know who said, we do hugs. And it just made me laugh. I like Larhonda and Shon. They probably are the couple that are going to make it for sure to the end. Now, this is all premature, episode 1. But they seemed fun. They really did. They really seemed fun. I think Larhonda probably is like a exercise coach, or what do they call, whatever. Look, clearly I don't work out. Personal trainer, that's it. I feel like she's in that zone, and I think she's a really confident woman. But we'll see how that turns out. Shon went out with Rachel. Excuse me, they went to the park or something. Somewhere they went. He said she was too perfect. Shon, come here, baby. What that mean? I feel like that was a lie. I feel like you made that up. It was AKA, I don't like her. That's not my type. You was just being nice. I think he's just an overall nice guy, which is good. Play the nice guy. Do your thing. Keep your girl. I don't know what kind of issues you and Larhonda really have. I don't think y'all had nothing serious for y'all to be here. You've been together for 3 years. Your reason for not wanting to get married makes total sense. Maybe she's just impatient and she needs to listen and hear you say it a different way. Maybe this is about you all promoting your gym or your fitness program or whatever the case may be. Whatever it is, I'm not mad at it, but keep it real with us, okay? Anyway, everybody comes back together after Darian acts a total fool and he was disrespectful to his girl. Um, and Darian says the girl made him like her. I'm gonna just say I'm watching Darian. I'm watching Darian. Eric talks about his date and how he could have been intimate or closer with the young lady. I think her name was Shon or whatever the case may be. First of all, that was disrespectful to your date. To put it out in the atmosphere and on national TV that just from day one you could have been with her. I don't know if she would appreciate that. Maybe she doesn't care. Maybe she does. I don't know, but I just didn't think that was really appropriate. Again, you give me the energy that you just want to be the dude that's, the player in the room, you the hot shot guy in the corner buying bottles and everybody's over at your table in the VIP section having fun. That's cool and all, but you have to reach a place in your life, especially when that phase of life is over, where you're confident enough on your own. Everybody needs, they want to feel desire. Again, that makes sense, but I just didn't. Eric, you and Darian, y'all got me concerned. And it's only day one and y'all got me concerned. But I would like for Eric not to focus so much on himself and focus more on his girlfriend, which is what got him in this situation, it seems like. Learning that Jessica allowed Eric to cheat. And while he's sitting there, she starts crying. She ain't over it. I mean, and there may be some other things behind their story, but she's not over it. She's still hurt. And he says that all she knows is fear. And when he said that, I was thinking, well, who taught her that, honey? Y'all been together for 4 years. And I'm not saying she hasn't had her heart broken prior to you. But if you came along and you affirmed that fear, if you came along and you fed into it, if you came along and you poured your insecurities into her and you caused her to have more insecurities and you put gasoline on that fire that was already burning, you get what you get. Stop acting like you don't understand why she's hurting. Don't act like you don't understand why she has insecurities or why she's in a place of fear. You contributed to that. So when you come on TV and you say we're here because we need to change the way that she thinks, you're not even taking accountability. What are you talking about? We're here to change the way that I think. What about you? What are you here to do? What are you here to change? Anything? That is a sign of a man that's self-centered and not ready to be married. And Jessica, honey, I'm hoping to see some improvement. I'm going to keep hope alive for right now. But to be honest, Eric is just not my cup of tea. The therapist goes on to say, feelings are not facts, but this is 100% true. And let me tell you something, they don't come from nowhere. They don't come from nowhere. So if you don't find the root of them, it's still going to be a part of your reality. And if the fact is that Jessica and Eric have had some, if he's committed treason against her and he's been, he's cheated on her, that's a fact, ma'am. And she's hurting from that. And I'm going to need you to recognize that. And maybe you're doing that behind the scenes. I don't know. But I just don't like her. Where is Spirit? Can we talk about it? Where is Spirit? When Spirit did the show, I don't even know the name of the show, but Spirit nailed it every single time. And here, somehow or another, we ended up with this lady. Y'all try my patience. Okay. Shon talks about his date. He said he realized he can trust himself. That's cool. I think Larhonda is passive aggressive. When she made that comment, what did she say? I can't remember exactly what she said, but I think she's passive aggressive. And I think that comes partially from her masculine energy. I think that comes partially from her feeling like he's wrapped around her finger. I think that comes partially from her just feeling like he ain't going nowhere. And you have to get it together, sis. You're going to have to put a wrap on that, because that could be one of the reasons why he doesn't want to marry you, because he doesn't feel like he can stand up 100% in his manhood, because you're so busy trying to stand in the left shoe while he's standing in the right shoe. You got to move. You got to move. Sorry. But that's just my thoughts on the first episode of season 2 of Put a Ring on It. You have Adrian, Jessica, Eric, Shon, Larhonda, and what's Darian girlfriend name? What's the girl name? Alexia. Sorry, honey. I don't know where this season is gonna go. Of course, it's probably gonna have, be a little juicy. Last season I thought was really good, really unexpected. I loved it. I can't say that I hope everybody is still together, because I don't. I thought Hollywood was a really fun, great guy. I'm sorry to see that they have split up. I think Mike and Shay are still together. Good for them. But I didn't like that whole situation with his son. It wouldn't happen for me. But fathers are very different. And then you had the other couple, the nice people. They was really sweet. They seemed really earthy and whatever. I do hope that they're still together and that they're getting married. So that's it. I'm Renee. I'll comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this review. This was my first one ever. So thank you for being a part of this experience. I hope you join me next week for another review of, what's the name of the show? Put a ring on it. Put a ring on it. That comes on. Thank you guys.